Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Opinion Machine, the show where we talk about all things gaming. My name is Killjoy, and today we are going to be taking a look at the nominees for the Game Awards for 2023. Now, I'm just going to say this, I will probably vote on some stuff. I have my thoughts on some bits and bobs here. I don't take them too seriously anymore. I realise there's stuff in here. I've seen a few things already. There's stuff in here that just gets ignored and doesn't get looked at, and I'm just like, ultimately, this means shit. So we'll go from there. But let's go through it. Let's start voting. Game of the year: Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Let's be real right now. Baldur's Gate, Legend of Zelda. That's where the two games are going to come head to head. Alan Wake 2, we've got no clue about. It's only just come out. Spider-Man 2 sounds like it was a pretty good game. The first one was pretty good. Resident Evil 4, interesting that that's here, because remakes don't seem to win for the most part. But Mario, it's a toss-up between Mario Wonder and Tears of the Kingdom. Look, I'm going to be very honest right now. I like Baldur's Gate 3. There's a lot to like about it. But that game had a lot of issues for me in terms of bugs and in terms of decisions with the game, which led to this incredible story and voice acting. But unfortunately, the game slowly went down over time. It started off at like a 10 and ended up at somewhere between a 7 and an 8. So for me personally, while I think that game will do very well and more than likely win Game of the Year, I don't think it's my Game of the Year. And the cat's joined. Hello, cat. I am tossed up here between Mario Wonder and Legend of Zelda, because Mario Wonder out of all the games here, Mario Wonder is the best example of fun in a package, like just pure fun in a package. And then Legend of Zelda is, ultimately, Tears of the Kingdom is a fantastic game. I definitely got a little burnout by the end of it, but I think it's tough. I feel like I'm a Mario man at heart, right? I think Zelda's going to get enough votes. I want to give it to Mario. I would love this to win. So, next category. Okay. Best Game Direction. Alan, so what is this? Awarded for Outstanding Creative Vision and Innovation. Well, this is going to be incredibly subjective. Tears of the Kingdom has some interesting creative visions. Spider-Man, I don't know how different it was. It was kind of like sequel, but, based on a good game. Baldur's Gate technically probably does, but I wouldn't say it's like... Maybe it's breaking the mold in some aspects, but the ones I'm not thinking about. Alan Wake 2, I have no idea. Mario actually changes up the Mario Brothers formula quite a lot, and I think that's where people are going to argue on that. I think I might have to give it to Tears of the Kingdom, just because how that game doesn't break on Switch. Yeah, I think Mario is very, very, very original in terms of a Mario Brothers game. They shake up the formula a lot. In terms of innovation, out of all the games here, Mario probably has the most innovation, which sounds weird because it's Mario, but I think it has the most innovation. But I think some of the things implemented in Zelda are insane, like Fuse. So I think I'm going to give it to Zelda. Alright. Next up. Best Narrative. Outstanding Storytelling, Narrative, and Development in the Game. Cyberpunk is never getting a vote off me. That game came out in a terrible state. Final Fantasy might have been good. Spider-Man was probably good. Alan Wake 2, I don't know. It has to go to Baldur's Gate 3, because the one thing that this game does very well is the characterization of the individual characters, their backstories, all of that good stuff. I can't really give it to anything else, so Baldur's Gate 3, you get that from moi. Best Art Direction. This is easily a toss-up between Hi-Fi Rush and Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Now, I didn't play Hi-Fi Rush, but it has it's cel-shaded style. I did play Mario Wonder, and quite frankly, the game is flipping really nice jump from the older games. I'm going to have to give it to Mario. My bias is coming through hard here. Best Score and Music. For outstanding music inclusive of score, original song, and licensed sound. Alan Wake, no idea. Baldur's Gate 3 was good. It did have a good soundtrack. I don't know if I would say it was a great soundtrack. Solid across the board, but even that there's only one or two tracks that really stand out, I think. Final Fantasy usually has good music. I don't know. Hi-Fi Rush was fairly well liked, I think. And then Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, it tells you it was composed by the Nintendo Sound Team. I mean, to be fair, Borislav Slavov, very good composer. These other people I don't know. I'm actually going to give it to Hi-Fi Rush. I haven't listened to it, but that game is a rhythm game, and I bet you the soundtrack is phenomenal. So I'll give it to that. Because I can't... Zelda, to be fair, Zelda's soundtrack, there's 1 or 2 good tracks, but the rest of it's very atmospheric. Best audio design. Recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. Alan Wake, Dead Space. It's funny that 3 of these games are horror games. You know, I wouldn't normally give anything to EA, but the gameplay I saw of Dead Space was pretty impressive. I mean, Capcom's Resident Evil 4 was pretty impressive too. You know what? This might be the one and only time, but I'm going to give it to Dead Space because I know that game was a really, really well-liked remake, and the sound design of watching people play it was pretty impressive. Best performance. Ben Starr, Final Fantasy 16. Cameron Monaghan, so that was Jedi Survivor. Idris Elba, Melanie Lippert, Neil Newborn, Yuri Lowenthal. I honestly wish that there was more people from Baldur's Gate here. And not to say that Neil Newborn wasn't great, because he did Asterion and did a great job. But there are other characters in that game that I think should also be along here. Ben Starr was very well liked. Cameron Monaghan is also very well liked as well. Idris Elba, probably the most famous one here, really, isn't he? Seems weird. I think I'm gonna have to give it to Neil Newborn. He does a fantastic job. I do think it's a bit unfair that the other people in that game are getting a little bit snubbed, though. But that's the community gravitating to one particular person. Innovation in accessibility. Right, well, Blizzard, you ain't getting any of my fucking votes. Software or hardware pushing the medium. So, I know that Street Fighter 6 actually added a lot in. Because I played that game, and because of what they added, it was really good. Mortal Kombat 1, I have no idea. Probably nothing. Spider-Man 2 probably has some good, because Sony are pretty good with that. These other games, I don't know. Street Fighter 6 actively tried to make fighting games fun on all levels, and it gets my vote because it's a really good game, and it does have a lot of accessibility options, sound, colorblind, things like that, and also like figuring just a ton of stuff that that game does not get enough appreciation. That game should probably be one of the Game of the Year nominees. Games for Impact, thought-provoking game with a pro-social message. Only one I know is Vember. I've seen a bit of gameplay of Vember. I don't know any about all these other ones. Oh, I've heard of Goodbye Volcano High as well. We'll give it to Vember. It's on the Switch. That's about all I know. It's about cooking. Best ongoing game. Apex, Cyberpunk, Final Fantasy, Fortnite, Genshin Impact, DRG. How is Deep Rock Galactic getting snubbed for so much of this shit? I definitely wouldn't give it to Cyberpunk. Apex, Fortnite, and Genshin, I definitely wouldn't give it. Final Fantasy, is that 14? Like, none of these games, these live service or like continued like evolving the player experience. Nah. Who do I think deserves it the most? We'll give it to Final Fantasy because I ain't giving it to anybody else. I've not even played that. Best community support. DRG? Where is it? Not here. Recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media game. So, why is Baldur's Gate here, but not like... It's such interesting choices. This was a shit game that's apparently a lot better. They were quick on patching it, which is fair enough. These games I don't know about, but I don't understand how this is like best community. Like, I recognize a game for outstanding community support, so transparency and responsiveness. So this must be patching and keeping the player base updated. For the sake of like giving it to something different, No Man's Sky can have my vote. Because that game really was shit and it turned itself around. Best independent game. I've heard of most of these. Viewfinder. I have not played Viewfinder, but my god, is it a really cool concept for a game. I think it gets my vote. Wow. Best debut indie game. That's a tough one. Probably Pizza Tower, because fair play to them, they made a crazy Wario style game. I've not played it. I've watched gameplay of it, and I think it deserves to win something. Best mobile game. I keep reading this as Honk Eye. It's a Honk. It's Honk Eye, isn't it? Yeah. I'm just going to give it to this game. I've never heard of Terra Nil, but I don't really fancy giving it to anything else, so you can have it, whatever the hell you are. Best AR VR? Turismo, Call of the Mountain, Humanity. Which one would I have the most fun playing? Probably Gran Turismo. Cockpit games work very well in VR. AR wise, I'm not sure. Best action game. Dead Island 2, Ghost Runner, Hi-Fi Rush, Remnant 2. I mean, I might have to give it to Armored Core. It seems pretty good. None of the I've seen the Armored Core gameplay. The other games I'm not so sure about. So I'm rushing through some of these because I just don't care that much. Best action adventure game. I mean, Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. There is no better action adventure game that came out this year. No, why would I? Interesting. Go to the previous category. We voted. Cool. Let's go to the next one. Best RPG for the best game design with rich player character customization. I feel bad for Starfield. I feel like it's been a little bit shafted. I don't think it's the greatest thing. I've yet to play it, but from what I've seen, I don't think it's the greatest thing. But I don't think it's that bad. All of these games probably deserve it. I think we all know that Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win it, and for that reason, I'm picking Sea of Stars because it's going to win it. Simple as that. Best fighting game. I have not played Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2. God of Rock I didn't even know was a thing. Please do not vote Mortal Kombat 1 here. Like, this game came out with so many issues. Yes, the core gameplay might be good, but there's a lot of issues around it, whether that be with money or whether that be with patching. Please vote anything else. I'm going to give it to Street Fighter 6 because I really like Street Fighter, but anything else there, just don't pick Mortal Kombat. Like, I'm sure the game's fun in terms of, like, the actual gameplay, but the way that they handled some of the things in that game is just kind of like, ugh. Best family game. Party Animals. Fair play, that deserves a vote. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I mean, it's Mario. You can't go wrong with it. Oh my god, Advance Wars is here. What's his best sim strategy? Advance Wars, City Skylines 2, Company Heroes, Fire. Fuck all these other games. Vote this game, right? Just want to point out, I really like Fire Emblem Engage, and I think Pikmin 4 is a really good game. The City Skylines 2, I'll probably play, but probably not Company Heroes 3. They're probably all great games. Do you know what actually deserves to win Game of the Year? That fucking game right there. See that Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp? Because let's be honest, that game should not exist. And it does, and it came out, and it is just mind-blowingly good, and there's all sorts of good stuff in that game, and it's been left to best sim strategy. Something will happen if this actually wins. I need to put a bet down. If best sim strategy happens, like if Advance Wars wins it, then I'll figure something out. I don't know what I'll do, but I need to do something. Maybe I should donate some money to charity or something like. But quite frankly, this game should be in more of these. I love that game. Best sports racing. Oh my god, Hot Wheels is in here? I'm going to give it to Forza Motorsport because I know that game gets shafted. They're really good games, even if I don't play them, but the quality's there. Best multiplayer game. Do you know what? I think this is an interesting choice because, yes, these games can be good multiplayer, but it depends on the people you play it with. Very much depends on it because you can get shafted or like you can have a really good time or a really bad time depending on it. Again, fuck Blizzard. Party Animals probably. Street Fighter 6, I mean that's primarily a multiplayer game, and Mario Wonder. I really like what they did with Mario Wonder, but I'm gonna have to give it to Street Fighter 6 here. I think best multiplayer game, Mario is probably gonna win it. Best adaptation. Castlevania was pretty good. Gran Turismo I never saw. It sounded boring. Last of Us I don't give two shits about. Twisted Metal I never watched. I forgot that even came out. Mario Brothers movie, like the best film that came out this year. Fucking yes, let's go. What are we getting on to now? Most anticipated game. What am I most anticipating? Nope. 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 Right now, none of this is. The most anticipated game actually would have been that Prince of Persia game. Why isn't that here? I'm going to give it to Hades 2 because I'll play it. The others I probably won't play. Content Creator of the Year. I've heard of Iron Mouse. I don't know who any of these other people are. You know what? You know what? I've heard of Iron Mouse. You can have my pick. I have no fucking clue who that is, though. I've never watched their content. Best esports game. None of the above. I'll give it to Counter-Strike. Fuck it. They pick the same games every year and they refuse to change it. Esports athlete. We got anybody here from StarCraft? Then I refuse to vote. Best esports team. Nope. StarCraft shafted again. Esports coach. Evil Geniuses. Nah, not interested. Best esports event. None of the above. There you go. That's it. I'm not voting on some of these. I'm not going to waste my time. There you go. That is my zipping through it, I guess, of voting for Game of the Year and all the other stuff on there. There's a lot of stuff that keeps getting shafted with the Game Awards, which is why I don't take it particularly seriously. We all know that it's going to come down to Zelda or Baldur's Gate that's going to win Game of the Year. But the fact that Advance Wars is even in there and being mentioned that's the true Game of the Year, and I don't really give a shit what anyone else thinks. Like, quite frankly, getting a game that probably shouldn't exist, or at least, you know, it's been dormant for like 15 years in that series, even if it is a remake, you know, that we should be, as fans, we should be proud of that. You know, same with like F-Zero 99. Proud that we finally get these games that we don't normally get. We're always going to get a Mario. We're always going to get a big thing like Baldur's Gate. We're always going to get these big AAA games. Let's vote for stuff that actually deserves it. And a lot of the time, some of these games, they don't deserve it because we know that we'll get sequels and things like that. But, you know, that's a whole discussion for another time. Yeah, there you go. There are my nominations for the Game Awards. I'm very curious to what they will turn out to be, but I also don't care. So let's see how we go. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. As always, if you like the video, hit like. If you want to see more content like this, then hit subscribe. Links for Facebook and Twitter will be down below in the description as always. And until next video, I will see you then.